Charcuterie. It's all the rage, from Miami to Seattle, from San Francisco to New York City. It's not the kind of thing you would think of in Baxley, Georgia. That's a little town in the southern part of the state, but there's a remarkable store here, Circle F Meats, that has brought charcuterie to the country and a whole lot of other amazing things in a locally grown store that's unlike any place you've ever been. Come on, let me take you where the food comes from. It's not every day I come to work and get to see cowboys. Woody Folsom, though, you see cowboys pretty regularly. You have been in the cattle business and in and around Baxley, Georgia, your whole life.
Yes, sir. I was born and raised here in Baxley, Georgia. I've been in Baxley my whole life, and I've been in the cattle business my whole life.
Something tells me you're not the first generation of Folsoms that was in the cattle business.
Well, my daddy had a little small farm, but nothing to scale that we sitting at today. Sure. I was raised on a 50-acre farm, and my daddy was a full-time employee at Winn-Dixie, and we had calves, you know, smallmouth. Actually, I used to raise bottle calves, buy them from dairies, and buy bottle calves to buy my school clothes.
What is your total herd that you got?
We around 1,700.
1,700 cattle. I think a lot of people who are looking at this right now are surprised because they're not seeing feedlots. They're not seeing cattle in mud up to the to the shank. They are these are free roaming, free ranging, well cared for cattle.
Yes, sir.
So every need is met, and they're free to roam the same as if they had been born in the wild.
That's it, correct. And these cattle are, you know, are wormed and, you know, taken care of. When you know, as our cowboys say, we take care of these cattle as good as people take care of their babies.
Because they're taking care of you too.
Exactly
at the end
right.
of the day. Circle F Meats, the store. It's a spectacular showroom here in Baxley, Georgia. I think that's got to be 6,000 square foot. And it's all local products. You're bringing in local produce, you got partnerships with local farms. The star of the show is the charcuterie.
Yes, sir.
That you do here in Baxley. I would guess, I'd go out on a limb and say that you personally, out of the whole operation and the scope of it all, this is your baby right here.
The cow business started as a hobby for me, but as I got older, I decided I wanted to form Circle F Farms, and we do row crops, you know, corn silage, hay. In the winter months, we do rye and ryegrass. But the cow business has got to be pretty large here for us. We got around 30 employees at the farm. And
well, you've had a thriving operation for quite some time, and you're not just in cattle. You own multiple vehicle dealerships, car dealerships, not just in Baxley, but in other towns as well. You kind of built the Folsom empire. Now, Circle F Meats is kind of everything that you've done in your lifetime came together, and you can walk through the front door of it now as Circle F Meats. And if people are thinking grocery store, supermarket, butcher shop, whatever, they still haven't seen what they're going to see at your store.
I finally talked my wife into retiring from the Board of Education. She was a counselor there for 30 years. And I told her if she would, you know, come to work for me, that we'd build her a store, and that's kindly her store. And she retired, you know, served her time as 30 years at the Board of Education. And
it's like all farmers and farmers' wives, she retired to take another job and keep working.
That's what she said. Yes, sir. We proud of our store. You know, we proud of the local people that support us, and you know, we cater to them. And you know, I kindly tell everybody, you know, we in the Circle F Meats like we're in the car business. We from can to cane. Beef is where my hobby is, I guess. I mean, that's my baby, I guess what I say. This farm is something that I've worked for 26 years for that I enjoy.
It almost seems like going into Circle F Meats, you knew you were going to showcase your beef there. You know, the local connection of this herd made sense to bring that same approach to everything in your store, from produce to cheese to milk, to work with people who were like you, who you knew you could count on for quality.
Yes. I have got some good employees. Total employees, I got 487 employees.
Good Lord.
But you know, over the dealerships, but every single one of them is dedicated employees. That's what's important. And you know, everybody, you know, you can have a conversation with anybody and the first thing they tell you, hey, help's hard to find. Help is hard to find. But what's more important, good people's hard to find.
There's plenty of them, you just got to know where to look.
My people is just as good to me as I am to them. And that's what I'm thankful for.
There's easier ways to make a living than chasing these around a pasture at 3 o'clock in the morning when somebody gets loose. I'm sure you might not do too much of that yourself anymore, but I bet there was a time that you did.
I do now. You know, I always tell these guys, I said, you know, I ain't gonna ask you to do nothing I wouldn't do. And like I say, all of our cattle are, you know, in comfort zones their whole life. You know, we got, and I don't want to misrepresent anything. We feed these cattle, you know. They're not grass-fed
Yeah,
cattle.
they're not just eating this grass.
They fed and they taken care of it. And if you'll look back at some of these films, you can look at these mama cows and see, you know, they in good shape.
You said your daddy had 50 acres. Did you just take over his, or?
Well, I started out using my daddy's farm, and then, to be honest with you, my daddy's home place, or my home place, is 3 miles across the branch
right
here.
over there.
And today, I'm proud to say, we started out with 50 acres. We got 3,100 acres.
3,100 acres, 1,700 herd of cattle. I lost track of the car dealerships, but it's a pile of them.
There's 6 of them, new.
And one spectacular showroom of a store where it all comes together, showcases the fruits of other Georgia grower and food producers' labels and their labors, and it all comes together under the roof at S3.E13 Meats.
Hi, I'm Chef Holly Shute with Georgia Grown with the Georgia Department of Agriculture. Today we're going to be showcasing Georgia sweet Vidalia onions. We're going to be making a Mexican cheese dip stuffed Vidalia. Hollow out the onion, cut the top off, cut the bottom off but leave a little bit of the root intact. Peel out the outer layer. Take an ice cream scoop and just cut into the meat of your onion. You want to make room for as much filling as you can. We've got some white American cheese, chorizo sausage, fresh cilantro, and then a can of tomatoes with green chilies. Mix all that together. We're going to put these in a 350-degree oven, 30 to 40 minutes, just depending on the size of your onion. And serve that with some tortilla chips or flour tortilla.
Vidalia onions, hand-planted, hand-picked by chefs.
How old are these cattle out here in this field?
These cattle are anywhere from 14 to 16 months old.
So these are the ones who have had that tender loving care and free roaming lifestyle, and now they've come to the next stop.
Yes.
So after this, they'll be moving on for processing.
That's correct.
And that's when people will see the gifts that they give at S3.E13 Meats.
That's correct.
So what is the breed here? These are Angus?
These are Angus cross cattle. Actually, their mothers are quarter bloods, which is, I'm big into Brahman deal.
Right.
You know, registered Brahman cattle.
Now the people who don't know, the Brahma is the one that's got that hump.
Got the big hump, yep.
Now look, it's like we got an audience now, Woody. They all turned around and looking at us.
That red cow in here's the lead cow for them.
So wait a minute, there's a lead cow.
He is a F1 Brayford. He's just a lead cow. He's gentle and like a little kitten, and we get ready to bring him to the pen. He's the first one that brings them to the pen.
You said you got 1,700
Yes, sir.
head of cattle. How many are on this lot right now?
In this pen here, this is around 30.
And you're calving 15 to 20 new ones a day.
Yes, sir.
How often do you send beef for processing?
Every week.
Every week?
Every week, yes,
Every
sir.
week. So it's just the demand, and your beef only goes to your store?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. And it takes that much
Yes, sir.
for a store in Baxley, Georgia.
That's correct.
They must be the path to your door.
They do, and our folks, we got like 26 employees and they stay busy.
Wow. How have you maintained your independence? How have you stayed independent and not gotten caught up in some of that production factory swirl that we see sometimes producers and farmers and ranchers get pulled into?
I've had my opportunities, but you know, I kind of like to do this deal kind of like I used to say, one row at a time. You know, I'm just taking care of it one row at a time right now.
Doesn't look like you've misstepped anywhere. All right, we keep promising people we're going to take them to see that store.
Let's go.
Let's go. Tamela, this store is amazing. You got your
Thank
potato
you.
salad, chicken salad, the pimento cheese. Now
It's
that
fabulous.
that's Southern genius right there. The already stuffed potatoes, the
Top seller.
casseroles. I bet the potatoes are, but I bet these casseroles, I bet they beat down the doors for
They
these.
do. They're great.
And these look like ready-to-take meals.
They are.
And
That's
that-
our little version of like a Hello
Well,
Fresh.
okay, so people are going to take this home and cook it at home. You put it together for
It's all
them.
prepped right down to
And
your
they're
onions
just-
are chopped.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So you're gonna, no crying involved, no
No.
tears.
Mm-mm.
So here's sausages, smoked pork chops. These are the things that we got used to seeing in specialty butcher shops years ago that have kind of gone away. People can't find all those things. You're gonna get the commercial cut and that's all it's gonna be. But this store is really, I think for a foodie, it's a dream come true.
I agree.
But I bet for you, it's kind of a dream come true too.
It is. It is. We have had a great time doing this in our family and with our community, and we've had a great response. So
You had that great beef. You already knew that you were coming in with that caliber of product. To have a showcase for that, to build everything else around it, to have the charcuterie business booming, to be getting fresh produce from local growers, fresh milk, fresh cheese from nearby. It sounds like a tough challenge logistically to pull all that together and make sure you're always getting what you need.
it is, but we have a great, one of our buyers, Jada Miles, she is on it and she does phenomenal things, and so we're so grateful for her. And she does great things in getting everything in place for us, and so things just work, you know?
It all works in here. In fact, I'm gonna work my way down to this beef case and pick out something for dinner.
Yes.
You got any suggestions?
I got
Let's
great
go.
suggestions.
Okay, I'll let you point them out.
In 2020, Schumann Farms was very blessed and honored by our peers to be named Vidalia Onion Grower of the Year. It truly takes a dedicated team of people who are willing to fall on the sword every day to do whatever it takes, regardless of what time of day it is, what day of the week it is. I mean, it just doesn't wait on you. Even when you're not on the farm, you're thinking about the farm. People say, yeah, you guys are Vidalia onion farmers and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, yeah, we are farmers. That's one thing that we do. But to be a farmer, you own a business, you're in business. You have to be prolific at sales and marketing. You have to be an agronomist, engineer, problem solver, being vertically integrated where we touch every aspect of the business, from literally buying the seed to literally packing and shipping that last box of onions, putting it on a truck, taking it to market all over North America. Yes, we are farmers, but we are so much more.
Are you being audited, and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
A federal jury unanimously found Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup was a substantial factor in causing cancer. If you or someone you love used Roundup and were diagnosed with cancer, call the number on your screen now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
This is what really brings people through the door. It's what brought us here. We didn't come to Baxley, Georgia expecting to find the hippest happening thing in the culinary world,
Well,
which
you
is
found it.
charcuterie, but this is as spectacular as I've ever seen.
Well, thank you.
This is your secondary career.
It is.
You were in education for many,
That's right.
many years.
That's right.
Woody was running the farming side of things and the ranching side of things and the car dealership side
That's
of
right.
things.
I was raising babies and working at the school.
Working in the school system. Circle F Meats was kind of your brainchild, really.
Well, along with Woody,
Uh-huh.
because, you know, he loves his cows.
And we know we wanted to showcase that
We
beef,
did.
and with great reason.
He did. He wanted to showcase his cattle and his beef, and so we kind of put two things together in terms of like the cooking and the gourmet foods, along with his
And just took it to
beef.
that next
That's right.
level. Now,
And-
us country folk sometimes the people in the city don't understand.
Right.
We know what charcuterie is.
That's
But
right.
what made you think this is a great idea in Baxley, Georgia?
Well, you know, we might be small town, but we still like to eat good.
Okay,
So,
right.
and you know, when we started doing this and we started making these charcuterie boards, we could hardly keep up with the orders.
Charcuterie was the first thing that somebody said when they were telling us about Circle F meats. They said, you would not believe the charcuterie those people are putting out.
Yeah.
And I said, where are they? And they said, Baxley, Georgia. And I said, again, what did you said, Baxley, Georgia?
That's right.
But this is how food permeates our culture. Now, this is some real artistry involved. You have taken these meats and turned them into flowers and roses. Can you show us how to do that?
Sure.
Can I try to make one with you? Really?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Tamela, what are we doing here?
We are going to make the flour.
Do you
the
think you
pepperoni.
think we are?
We are going to do it.
Okay,
It is
you're going to make a flour. I'm going to make an attempt.
easy.
So you're going to show me how to take salami and pepperoni, and what are the cups?
We're going to use this as a tool
Oh boy.
to make our flour.
Okay.
So grab yourself a pepperoni slice with your
Pepperoni
rice.
slice. Okay.
Fold it over about halfway. Oh
What?
no, yeah, no, don't eat it.
Oh,
Not there, there.
did she not say grab yourself a pepperoni
I
slice?
did.
All right, now I take a piece of pepperoni.
And you're gonna
I'm
fold
gonna
it over.
Fold it first, or
Nope.
just
Stick it in.
stick it in the glass,
And
fold it over the edge.
yep, like halfway. There you go. Now grab another. Pepperoni
So
number
I'm doing
2.
pepperoni, you're doing salami.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and something tells me we're just gonna follow, where are you going? You
I'm
overlap?
just overlapping.
All right, so there's 2.
All right,
And
now.
now the next one is just gonna fill in that.
There
that
you go.
gap.
Now you're cooking with grease.
Look at this. Look at this. Am I done?
No, we got to keep
No,
going.
not done. Poke that down in there. I should probably watch you.
Well, and you know when you're on the clock, you got to kind of
Well, that's true. I'm on the clock.
pick up your pace.
Nice.
And just keep twisting and stuffing.
I'm gonna have to hire you.
Think?
Yeah.
Doing pretty good here? My
I know.
artistic, creative spirit is coming out.
It take more than one try.
Well, I hope so. I mean, you and Woody, the successes that you've had in your life, you don't have to be back here doing this. You don't have to make commitment to the herds that you make. You don't have to make the commitments to the store that you make. You don't have to try to source local produce from the best growers. You don't have to work with an artisan dairy. You choose to do these things. Why? Why would you go that extra mile?
Well, we love our community, and we love to be involved.
Something tells me they probably love you too.
Well, I hope so.
How long's the store been open?
We've been open since May of 2021, so not that long. But we're proud of our success, and we hope to keep growing. That's
How's
right.
my flour coming along here?
It's looking good.
All right, so still
you
keep
probably
going though,
need
right?
a few more.
Another couple layers or somebody's gonna be,
Might be a little wilty looking.
all right, let's compare what we've done so far.
Well, mine's a little bigger, but now the salami slices are bigger. All right,
That's true.
Now let's watch the magic. Are
Okay,
you ready?
I hope
grab
so.
It. Grab it with
Grab
your whole
the
hand.
whole,
With your whole hand.
the whole hand.
Now you're just gonna slide it off
Slide it off.
and put it on your.
my goodness, look what I did!
Isn't that the cutest little thing you've ever seen?
I've rarely been prouder in my life, I gotta tell you. I understand with your career in education, for part of that, you were a counselor for the most part, but you were also a French teacher. So I'm sitting here calling it charcuterie like a Georgia boy would.
That's right.
Would you please give us the proper pronunciation?
The charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
And it's beautiful, y'all. I'm just here to tell you. You can put anything you want on a board and fancy it up. I believe I heard there's a steak cooking somewhere.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-705-3056. Again, that's 800-705-3056.
Brent Bryson and Missy Morano are part of the team here at Circle F. They do a lot of different jobs, but today, y'all are gonna show us how to cook a perfect steak, right?
Yes, we are. It's actually homegrown.
Now this is the Circle F meat. This is where the rubber meets the road. You're literally just putting a little coat of that onion.
You smell that
here.
onion?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We're just gonna leave the onion over here to the
I
side.
smell grilled. Oh my goodness, look at this. Now there's a ribeye. Is that one of the ribeyes we just saw the guys cutting in the meat?
That is the
department?
ribeye they just cut.
Okay.
And that's a homegrown tenderloin.
That huge monster on the grill is a tenderloin?
Yeah.
Wow. And what's your seasoning you put on top of them?
Salt, pepper, and garlic.
Salt, pepper, and garlic, just that. So these have hit the grill at 300 degrees. How soon before you flip?
About 2 minutes.
When you take that steak off the grill, we always hear it keeps cooking.
Yes, it does.
So when's the best time to pull it? If you're shooting for an internal temperature of 145, are you waiting to 145?
140, 142.
And then it's gonna rise a couple of minutes as it sits and settles.
If you can wait that long.
If you can wait that long, and I might not be able to, I'm having to resist reach over there and grabbing it, but so pull it off a couple of degrees before it gets to where it wants. You're gonna let it set a minute. Everybody gets down to the table, cut it up and go to eat.
Yes.
Okay. See that? Oh, look at those coming together. So that's your final flip then.
That's the final flip.
All right. So at what point do you start testing the temperature?
Well, we did just a few minutes ago, but in about a minute or two, we'll check again.
And we should be getting really close to
And
that.
I'd say mine will be done in 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
It'll be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
A little bit longer. All right.
5.
Yeah.
All right. So this is it. The moment's here.
This is it.
All right. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my. Now there is a sizzling beef platter. One more great step to come. All right, this is the moment I've been waiting for all day. It's been an incredible day. We've seen some incredible things. We've tasted some incredible things. This is what I was here for. This is that ribeye. Oh, Misty scores a lot of style points with that presentation. But now, let's go for that tenderloin. Oh man, you're just not gonna go wrong with any of that. So, okay, I got mine. I don't know what everybody else is gonna eat, but I'll see y'all in a little bit. We think about country cooking and country cuisine, and it's all grits and cornbread, but it's not that. It can be anything that you can imagine. What depends on the people bringing it to you. Hopefully somewhere where you live, there's something like Circle F Meats near you. You look around, you might find it. What you're gonna find, the same people you find in food and farming everywhere. People who care passionately about what they're doing and care about what they're feeding you out here where the food comes from.
Hi everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have live agents available right now to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin with us in the Help Center. So Tom, phones are really busy over there. Tell us what kind of calls you're seeing.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the call center with you. We always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting folks the compensation that they deserve. You know, we're seeing calls about all kinds of accidents, but the most common by far has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person. They'll answer any questions you have and tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now.